Hello and welcome to this 40k tutorial video with me, Xenovids. In this video we're going to be learning how to make an Ice World snow base for 40k miniatures or any other miniatures that you want to have snow onto them. So what you'll need for this painting tutorial will be a pot. I use a Tupperware box, and this would be where you mix the snow together. I've got a spare base here, whilst my Carnifex is currently sticking to the base. I'm going to show you how to do two consistencies of snow. On this one I'll show you how to do a runnier snow, and on this one more lumpy, and you'll see what I mean in a second. What you'll need is clean water, PVA glue and snow flock. So for a runnier snow effect, what you need is to get your pot, pop it there. So what I like to do is put the glue in first. Now this is all done by eye and consistency. I must note that doing this kind of effect with snow, you are going to use a lot more of snow flock than you normally would, but the effect looks a lot better. So you see a bit of glue in there, so I'm going to pour a bit of water in. See how much water I've got in there. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of snow flock to start with, just to show you the effect that I can make. So now I'm going to take an old brush. Most of the bristles are coming off. So we have the glue, water and snow. I'm mixing that together, and already it's making soft, white, wet snow. Now if you want a little bit runnier, you can add a bit more water. But this is a good consistency, like really runny porridge is a good consistency for wet snow. So what you can do with your base, you can grab a bit of it and just start working it on. Now there are areas that you can see the liquid more. When that dries, it does look like the snow is melting or ice, so you can play around with that. So I'm going to add a bit more snow onto there. I'm just going to go crazy and pour it on. Okay, so I'm now just going to work this where I want it. And I'm going to try and bring it more in the middle and bring more of the liquid to the side. I do like to use my finger. It takes away some of the water and starts to dry it. Little dabs here and there. So what we're going to do, it looks a bit messy right now. You can see that it's causing some bits are higher than the other. So I'm just going to leave that to one side to dry and come back to that when it is dry. Whilst the other one is drying, I think my Carnifex is stuck to the base. So I'm going to start doing the snow on his base. I'm going to do a little bit more lumpier snow. So I've already got some snow left over, but I'm going to add a bit more PVA glue. And more snow flock. It's always good to add a bit at a time, because if you do too much, you're wasting the snow flock. Really mixing that together. Now, the consistency has changed completely now. As you can see, it is a lot more lumpier. If I take a bit into my fingers, like this, it automatically looks like powdered snow. I could roll that into a ball. I'll try, and you can make snowmen out of that if you want a fun scenery. And because now all the water has gone onto my hand and skin, and it's really dry, all you need to do is get a bit of water on the edges, and it will become a lot more liquidy. Is the technical term, liquidy. So I'm going to start placing this onto the base. See if I can zoom in a little bit. To get a little bit on my brush. Just work it around. So if I get a bit of water now on the end of my brush and start doing it at the sides, it starts to blend it in. So it looks like the edges have started to melt. So when you're nearer the edge of the base, you can do this effect and really draw out the snow. And you can just play around from there. Play around with different consistencies of snow. Come on. So it's easy to remember what consistency you want with your models. If you want it to look like freshly laid snow, or lumpy snow, or dry snow. And what I mean by dry snow is just there's no liquid and it just looks like there's just lumps of snow hanging around. Just work it with the brush wherever you want it. Blending it in, a bit of water on the brush. Let's put a little bit on his hoof. So the main tips for snow basing is PVA glue is what I like to use first, bit of water and a bit of flock, and work in small quantities first and build it up. Now you can make the runnier type, which is still drying at the moment, and add the thicker one on top if you wanted to. You can wait till it dries a bit. So I'm just going to add a little bit of thick on top of that. and it just brings up mounds of snow. Okay, so with both of these done now, I'm going to let them dry and show you the end result. It will probably take about an hour to 2 hours to dry, depending on how wet you've got it. So I'll come back in an hour, and with the magic of editing. Okay, so now it's been an hour or so, and I've let it dry. As you can see, the clumps have worked out nicely. The areas that were wet look slightly melted. If I let it focus. Giving it the effect of melting snow. And adding the drier snows on top of that allows you to form these awesome three-dimensional areas here. So this is what a snow base looks like when you do a very, very dry snow mixture. It's this almost melted look, clumps have formed, it's been kicked up from the earth below it, and that's the kind of thing I do with the Tyranid models. Now obviously this snow effect that I've shown you, you can use it on scenery models, you can use it on your miniatures, and it's just a case of playing around with different consistencies to get what you want to achieve. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this tutorial interesting and informative. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comment section below. And please like, subscribe, share and comment on this video or any of my other videos. And I will see you on the next video.